What's up, guys? Godfather here, bringing you a Domination game on Newtown. My final score is 46-7. I'm using the AUG, the silencer, and the dual mags. I'm using Ghost Crow, Warlord, and Hacker. And my secondary is the dual-wield CZ75s. So today, instead of talking about the gameplay, because we do lose the game, I don't know if I've already said that, but we do lose the game. And I don't really play too much of a role for capping flags in this game. I was just doing a Slayer role, killing people. But in this game, I'd like to talk about my whole gaming career in that perspective. Alright, so let's start out here. The very first console that I owned, if you could even call it a console, was the Game Boy Advance, and I think I got that maybe hold on, I have my wire stuck under my chair. I think I got that when I was like, I'd say 6 or 7, and my very first game was a Yu-Gi-Oh game, and Yu-Gi-Oh was awesome back then. I'm sure a lot of you guys were into it too. But yeah, during that Game Boy Advance time, I bought a lot of games that we know as like classics now, like all the Pokemon games. Dude, the Pokemon games were awesome. I bought a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh games, and I also bought Super Mario. We all know that there are people that still own Game Boys to this day just for the Super Mario aspect of it. I'd say of all the Game Boy games sold, things like that, I'd say the Mario, the whole Mario Nintendo industry, I'm sure accounted for at least half of that. So let's fast forward a little bit to maybe, I'd say I was 8 or 9. Me and my dad started playing Half-Life campaigns on the PC. Wow, we had Half-Life 1, we had Blue Shift, we had some Counter-Strike a little bit, some Half-Life Opposing Force, and then I remember when I was like, wow, 8 or 9, I'd say, and maybe 10. I'd say 10. My dad got a $50 Walmart gift card for Christmas, and he went to Walmart and he bought Half-Life 2 because me and him had basically played every single game in that series, and I guess it was just a way for us to bond. It's kind of a stranger way to bond, but we play games together, and I'd say about an hour and a half to 2 hours a night, and he's a mechanic, so he could have spent that money any way he wanted to, and he spent it on something that would keep us occupied. Well, not necessarily occupied, keep us bonding, because, you know, that's the time when you start getting like 10 or 11 and older that you kind of start to separate away from your parents, and yeah, that was our time to bond, as I said, was just by playing games, as I get triple and I think a quad later on with my napalms. This team, they had us spawn trapped, but for some reason they kept running down one side, so I just kept putting the napalms on that one spot, getting triples and quads and stuff. But anyways, Half-Life 2. As I said, he could have spent that any way he wanted to, and he spent that on something for us to bond with. And for any of you guys that have played Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 is a long freaking game. It comes, if you want to download the whole campaign, which, like, you have to if you want to do that part of it. You have to download. There's so much. The game is so long that so much memory, data, whatever, has to be stored on 5 discs. So I remember us getting the game and then coming home and just sitting at my computer for like 2 hours, just downloading all 5 discs. If we download one disc, that would take a long time. Then we'd have to take it out, put out another disc, and we had to download all 5 discs. But anyways, even playing, for any of you guys that have played Half-Life 2, that game's just long. I seriously don't think I'm gonna have enough time. But to get to the point of it, playing 2 hours a night, it took us 2.5 months to beat that game. That is a long freaking game. And I went out and bought the orange box, and I played, which is Half-Life 2, and then I have the orange box is episode 1 of that, and episode 2. They're like extensions or sequels. And in all honesty, I didn't really buy that game because it looked good. I bought that game for the sentimental value of it. And my dad always, I personally beat both episodes with my dad watching me sometimes, but he said later on eventually we would get to play that, he would get to play that game by himself together, and me and him would just do it together, play that game, and that hasn't happened yet, which it kind of saddens me, but you know, that's gonna happen someday. I'm gonna make sure of it. Anyways, fast forward a little bit. I get the original Xbox, Microsoft Xbox for Christmas, and my very first game was, I think, NCAA football that came with it, and I spent like my entire regular Xbox like career, whatever, playing sports games like baseball, MVP Baseball 2004, 2005, best games ever. I actually did go out and buy 2004 for like $2, just so I could have it. Yeah, just so I could have it. Because like I played that game so much. I'd come home for like seriously like a year. I'd come home and just play that game as I get a triple. I'd come home and play that game for like 2 hours a night. And so yeah, I think my very first Halo 1, I got that for the next Christmas after that, and that started the first-person shooter type deal. Halo 1 and 10th Anniversary Edition's coming out, and you can bet your ass that I'm going to be there, midnight premiere, getting that game because of the sentimental value it has. Plus, it just looks awesome. And so then I get enough money that I was saving up. I actually sold my original Xbox to help get money for my 360, and I bought my 360, and I went like a year or so just playing campaigns on games, and then I'd go to my friend's house and I'd see them playing Xbox Live, Call of Duty World at War, and then eventually Modern Warfare 2 online multiplayer, and they let me play it, and of course I was god awful at it, but it became something I became interested in. A couple months later, because like I was just kind of lazy to hook it up. I didn't really know how. Then I'd say about 2 months later or so, I hooked it up. I got the 2-day trial, and after the 2-day trial on Modern Warfare 2, I was like so hooked on that game. Like I got actual Xbox Live, automatic renewal, everything like that. What else? Well, Jesus, I have like 45 seconds left. Crap. I don't think I'm definitely not gonna have time to finish this. But, anyways, Modern Warfare 2, I got in some clans, that whole aspect of it. I went to the midnight premiere of Black Ops, played Black Ops for a lot, really started watching YouTube videos. My first ever YouTube video, I'll put the link to in the description that I watched. I got a capture card, and I'm doing what I'm doing now. I'm recording games. I started out using a camcorder, and now I'm using a capture card, plan on getting a PVR or something, maybe a Roxio game capture. So yeah, that, in a nutshell, is my gaming career. Thanks, guys. Have a nice day.